Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Coach Sonia. How y'all doing? Excuse my son, he's on Call of Duty. All right. What I said we was going to talk about? We're going to talk about not forgetting where you come from because you don't know where you're going. There have been many seasons in my life where I wanted full control of everything, right? It wasn't until I started working the 12 steps in this spiritual program that I'm in, where step 1 tells us to surrender and give God full control because we are powerless over everything and anything negative, anything, period. That's when I put my faith and the little power that I thought I had in God's hands. I've been in some seasons where I forgot where I came from. And unfortunately, I had to be reminded. I had to be humbled. Life humbled me. People that knew me, know me, had to give me a little, girl, humble me as well. Excuse me, y'all. But it wasn't easy. But I'm back to the basics, one day at a time. I can't forget where I came from. I can't forget God for bringing me thus far because, believe me, y'all, let me turn my... Believe me, you, I was clueless as to what life will be like right now in recovery. I just trusted in God and say, okay, I'm throwing my hands back. I'm going to just put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. And I still don't know where I'm going. Yes, my channel is doing numbers and stuff like that. I'm loving it, but I haven't did any content besides the shorts to stay active on my channel because I was in isolation with God because I wanted to change my language. I wanted to change the way I spoke to the public because I can't claim to be a follower of Jesus Christ and I can't claim to be a recovery coach, and be talking crazy. I have to lead by example, period. So I was in isolation with God for over a month and just been writing notes and stuff like that about things that I will be talking about in the future. So thanks to my fiance, by the way, he helped me get the story to go with the topic, which is don't forget where you come from because you don't know where you're going. So Joshua crosses the Jordan, right? The Israelites, in my opinion, forgot that they was in slavery for 400 years. They forgot where they come from. Moses went up to glory, and God gave Joshua the okay to carry on moving the Israelites to the promised land. The Israelites was moaning and groaning the whole time. What should have been an 11-day trip took 40 years. 40 is a huge number in the Bible, by the way. They forgot where they came from. They forgot that they was in slavery all this time, being ran by Pharaoh. And just going through all this turmoil and, what slaves go through. And poor Joshua. But Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. That's another point I wanted to talk about. Joshua kept the faith. That's why God chose him to lead the Israelites to the promised land after Moses. We can have faith all we want to, but nothing is falling on our lap. Don't forget where you come from. Did things fall in your lap? Maybe as a kid, you could, but not today. As in the big age, that we're in. Well, I'm in. So I have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. I have to, because faith without works is dead. It says in the Bible. The story of Joshua leading the Israelites to the promised land is in Joshua 3 and 4. And it was the command, the miracle, and the memorial. And I got this from AI overview. It said Joshua leads the Israelites into the promised land across the Jordan River at flood stage, where the river miraculously stops flowing upstream. God did, allowing the entire nation to cross on any ground in Canaan. It says here, crossing the Jordan River. With the Jordan at flood stage, God instructed priests to carry the Ark of the Covenant into the water. Upon doing so, the river stopped flowing, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry ground. They then erected 12 memorial stones to mark the miracle. This also happened for Moses when God parted the Red Sea for him before Pharaoh came and turned up on them because he was mad that the Israelites were freed. This is not the first time. This is not the first time that God stopped some water for them, but they forgot what they forgot. They was ready to get. They was using the mic. They was thinking about the microwave before the microwave was even invented. When God commands us to do something, we have to do it. And God commanded me to change my speech. Don't forget where I come from. I come from being raised up in the church. I come from my mother teaching me not to use bad language. That's something that I chose to do on my own. I come from my grandmother teaching me manners, how to be a lady, such as so on and so forth. I've been taught by. I've had a lot of good mentors throughout my life. I will say that. I've had a lot of good mentors, unrelated, related, whatever. I've had them, but the whole point is, don't forget where you come from, because it can position you in the future. Because of the things that my positive mentors have taught me, that I learned on my journey from as a child to now at 38 years old, is where I can get connected and be the places that, I can be, and talk to the people and connect and network with the people that I have connected and networked with because of what I was taught previously. Yes, I lost along the way. Don't get me wrong, but we're not perfect. The whole point is that God gave us another day to breathe. We can start changing ourselves and bettering ourselves one day at a time. It's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful experience, changing for the better. I can't speak for anyone else, but it's a beautiful experience for me to change for the better. I can't forget where I come from. Before I had all these cars, I was on the bus. I'm still on the bus by choice, but I'm on the bus because I don't want to forget where I come from. I'd rather think about what's most important, what needs to be done, than trying to impress others. And it's a lot of that going on. I'm just going to be honest. I'd rather just ride the bus and stay focused on where I'm trying to go, what I need to do for me in recovery, because that helped me to stay focused. Because I remember when I was flipping them corners, going nowhere. But me not having a car, and I could have got one, I've been able to take care of things way more responsibly and way more consistently than I have in the past. And that's because I sacrificed having a car. Because I remember when I didn't have one and I was taking care of business and being responsible. It's something about, material things for me that makes me, I don't know, get this, what is it, maybe gluttony? I don't know. But it makes me, I'm humble right now. And I want to continue to be meek, because I've been in seasons where I was flashing lights, and then I've been in seasons where I looked in the mirror, I didn't know who I was. But I had to remember, you was that girl during this season. You remember when you was doing this? You remember when you was doing that? You remember when you was fully devoted to the word of God? You was fully devoted to, staying sober, And this is my first time being in recovery. I've been sober multiple times. But I've never been in recovery. Recovery is good for my soul. So with that being said, y'all, like I said, y'all can read from Joshua chapter 3 to Joshua chapter 4. And it's basically about these Israelites, again, forgetting where they come from. Just trying to get to the promised land because of the promise. But what about the journey that took 40 years but could have took 11 days with all the moaning and groaning and complaining and trying to rush God? God gonna move when he want to move. I will holler at y'all. I'm finna go watch me some movies, do something, because I ain't got no more homework to do today. I love y'all and be blessed.